You want to submerge yourself in an incredibly lush, emotionally devastating, and profoundly epic historical fiction masterpiece. Lisa C's Lady Tan's Circle of Women delivers a spectacular masterclass in the female friendship, traditional medicine, and dynastic patriarchy genres. Inspired heavily by the true life of Tan Yunxian, a real female doctor from the Ming Dynasty, this novel beautifully balances a sweeping look at 15th century Chinese high society with an unblinking examination of personal autonomy, systemic oppression, and the exhausting physical and emotional toll of rigid societal expectations. It is an absolute page-turner that proves when your carefully structured domestic universe is entirely bound by the walls of a family compound, absolute internal defiance against corrupt patriarchal authorities isn't a defect. It's the only way to safeguard your soul-deep bonds and claim an unshakable sanctuary. The story follows a high-stakes emotional and tactical journey told through a deeply intimate first-person lens that exposes the raw, bleeding wounds of its characters. The narrative centers on Tan Yunxian, a young girl from an elite family who is hiding behind a heavily armored psychological shield of strategic emotional suppression after experiencing severe childhood loss. Raised by her paternal grandparents, both elite physicians, Yunxian's highly structured universe shifts when her grandmother decides to break traditional gender guidelines, educating Yunxian in the pillars of Chinese medicine. Alongside this training, Yunxian strikes a secret, high-stakes emotional partnership with Meiling, a young midwife in training from a lower social caste. Bound together by an undeniable sisterhood and a shared drive to heal women, they enter a beautiful timeline of mutual devotion, promising to stand by each other across separate professional boundaries. However, Yunxian's life violently cracks when she enters an arranged marriage into the wealthy conservative Kuo household. Stripped of her medical books and forced into strict domestic isolation by her tyrannical mother-in-law, Lady Wang, Yunxian must navigate a coordinated psychological war zone. Trapped behind closed estate doors by a dark timeline of family manipulation, institutional secrets, and intense mutual suspicion among concubines, Yunxian's pristine clinical focus is tested. When an unexpected high-stakes medical crisis and a horrific murder investigation strike the heart of the compound, Yunxian and Meiling must risk a massive public exposure to heal the local elite and uncover the true villain before their entire world completely crashes. C handles this delicate historical and domestic war zone beautifully, turning standard period drama tropes into an intimate, layered study of genuine vulnerability and emotional safety. As the perspective guides readers through the gritty realities of foot-binding, childbirth, and court rumors, the pristine public faces of the wealthy characters get methodically stripped away to expose deep-seated psychological trauma and systemic neglect. Alongside the pulse-pounding analytical maneuvers to outsmart her household oppressors, the text explores a profound critique of how institutional medical systems historically failed women. The conversational, evocative writing style captures every breath of domestic frustration, sharp partner banter between the two friends, and shocking realization flawlessly. It anchors the novel as a powerhouse of modern historical literature, showing that true victory comes when you refuse to let your voice be silenced and lean on your circle of women to survive the ultimate predator.